Okay, that discussion about the console war out of the way. What is my preference for gaming? What do I consider the best console out there? What is worth your money? If you were only going to buy one, which one should you buy? That's a question I get asked a lot. I rank them like this: Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Wii. Why? Go on, ask me why. I know you're dying to. Well, it breaks down like this. The Xbox 360 is my top choice simply because of the games. It is my favorite console for the gaming experience it offers. It's got probably the best selection of retail games out there at the moment. It's got some very exciting upcoming titles like Fable 2, which I'm especially excited about. And that's unusual for me to be excited about an RPG because I don't normally get into them. A lot of time on Pokemon many years ago, but I haven't touched an RPG since then. Fable 2 has got me really interested. The online experience is fantastic. Yes, it is not free, unlike the other two, but, you get what you pay for. The online experience with Xbox 360 is the best experience from the three consoles. You have to pay for it, sure, but that means you get a decent service. The Xbox Live Arcade is awesome. I have more Xbox Live Arcade games than I do retail games. But the 360 is, of course, not perfect. It has many problems, including the biggest product recall in the history of electronics that cost Microsoft like $1 billion or something like that, or $1 trillion, or a gazillion dollars in recalls and stuff with that whole red ring of death thing. I bought the Xbox Elite fairly late in the product production cycle, so I've had no problems with it at all when it comes to that. Touch wood. Is there something wood around here? That'll do. Ha ha, pun. But it is about as loud as your average handheld vacuum cleaner, which is really stupid for a product that's supposed to sit in your lounge room where all your entertainment is going on. Microsoft, spend an extra few bucks and put some quiet fans in that damn thing, because the noise it makes, ugh. Which brings me to choice number 2, the PlayStation 3. I bought a PlayStation 3 primarily for the Blu-ray facility. Once the HD DVD Blu-ray war was over, it was, I was finally free. Okay, fair enough. I'll buy a Blu-ray player. What's the cheapest, most upgradable Blu-ray player on the market? It's the PS3. The PS3 has become the hub of my digital entertainment lifestyle. I think the marketing term is... I like it because it is whisper quiet, and I use my PS3 all the time for streaming TV and movie content from my computer. I use it for listening to podcasts when I'm not sort of wandering around with my iPhone in. And it is ideal for this job because the cross-media browser is really simple, easy to use. I can get to my content lovely and quick. The machine itself is lovely and quiet, so it doesn't interfere with me trying to hear what content I'm watching or listening to. However, the game library that I own for my PS3 is positively anemic compared to my two other systems. And this is the big problem the PS3 has. It is arguably the most powerful gaming machine on the market at the moment. It is just a huge, brutal powerhouse with that little cell chip sitting inside there, and we're told they've barely tapped the potential of it yet, and there's much more to come, and all that sort of marketing rubbish. But the fact is, there are no games out there that are compelling enough for me to go out and buy it. Its online experience absolutely pales in comparison to what I get on the 360. The marketplace is just rubbish compared to I dig through it, and it's just not very compelling. I can't find the stuff I want to find, and it's buried, and it's all kinds of rubbish. But the simple fact is, because I watch and listen to more passive media, that is movies, TVs, podcasts and all that sort of stuff, than I do play games at the moment, the PS3 gets switched on more often than my 360. And finally, in last place in my selection, but first place sales figures wise, the Nintendo Wii. Now, I've been a Nintendo boy from way back. The Nintendo NES and the Super NES and the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance and the DS. I have spent ridiculous amounts of money on Nintendo gear. I have bought the Game Boy several times. I've got the Game Boy Original, then the Game Boy Pocket, then the Game Boy Color, then the Game Boy Advance, and the Game Boy... the Game Boy SP, and the Game Boy Advance, and then the Nintendo DS, and then the Nintendo DS Lite, and somehow Nintendo have convinced me to buy essentially the same product several times over with just incremental little upgrades, but they're always kind of compelling, and Nintendo have a fantastic library of games, historically speaking. But the Wii, because the Wii has such a unique controller, it's tough to find games that aren't just gimmicky. And it's getting better. I mean, the Wii has been out for a little while now, and that initial gimmick hump has been slightly overcome, and we're starting to get more and more compelling traditional gaming experience. I do like that the Nintendo Wii is driving innovation in the market. It is the most underpowered machine for sale at the moment, gaming-wise. Its controller is completely unlike the other two. It is forcing game makers to innovate and think about new ways to create games that are simple and easy and innovative to pick up, so you don't have to remember which of the 8 buttons do which attack and all that sort of stuff. It's all waggle your stick at crap. But you know what? I hardly ever turn my Wii on. Why? Because, well, for the same reason as the PS3. There are some great games out there, I'm sure, but nothing is really compelling to me. There's nothing exclusive to the Wii that has made me go out and buy a game for it in ages. And even when it comes to cross-platform stuff, the Wii is never going to have the best version. And you know what? The prettiness and quality and the high-res graphics and all that stuff is not everything with gaming. The recent release of Mega Man 9 has proven that thing looks like it came straight out of the NES days, but it is an incredibly well-designed, compelling, and really difficult game. And that's not pretty at all. So, it's not really the prettiness of the graphics that's turned me off about the Wii. It's just that... well, you know what it is? It's the fact that Nintendo don't care about guys like me anymore. They have found an entirely new market they're trying to break into. The people who didn't grow up playing games, the people who aren't calling themselves gamers. You know, they've got things like the Wii Fit and all that sort of stuff, trying to pull in other members of the family and get them in on that. And it's just not compelling at all for a guy like me who just wants to play games. I want to sit back and I want to have a decent gaming experience, and it's just not being delivered on the Wii. At all. But that's also the reason the Wii is winning the console war at the moment. That's why it's selling so much, because it's reaching out to markets that haven't traditionally bought gaming consoles. It's cheap, it's easy, it's got stuff that isn't, just computer games, quote-unquote computer game type of stuff. It is a general entertainment device, interactive entertainment device. Especially with the Wii Fit stuff they're pushing, and things like Brain Age they've been pushing out for the DS and all that sort of stuff. Nintendo don't care about the gamer anymore. They're after a completely different market, which is fine because I've got two other choices. I've got the PS3 and I've got the 360. So, can't complain too much. It's not like I don't have any options. Are you hearing what I'm saying, fanboys? Alright, so I'm going to wrap this up with a final thought for the fanboys out there. It really, really doesn't matter that much what other people buy, okay? The companies that make these things are in it for the long haul no matter what. If one sells more than the other, it's not like they're going to give up and stop making games altogether. They're still going to be pushing. So it doesn't matter if the PS3 isn't selling as much as the 360, or the Wii is outselling them both despite being an underpowered little pissant of a machine. Just buy the one that you will get the best entertainment out of. Buy the one that has the games you want. Buy the one that has the entertainment experience that you need for your personal choice. But you know what? The Xbox 360 has the best gaming experience for me. It has the games I want to play. It has an awesome online experience. The feature set is fine, apart from sounding like a small aircraft taking off, which I can kind of deal with, I guess. And I'm kind of excited about the whole new Xbox Live experience, or whatever they're calling it, the whole new dashboard upgrade thing, completely wiping the slate clean and kind of relaunching the Xbox experience. And it looks pretty slick. I'm very excited to have a go with the avatar creation, because I had fun on that with the Wii, but the one on the Xbox looks way more customizable than the one on the Wii. The Wii, you can change the face and stuff and change the body, but on the Xbox One, you've got a whole bunch of different clothes and accessories and glasses, and it looks just really, really fun to just screw around with for a couple of hours. That's all I really want from my games machine. Something to pass the time, something to entertain me for a couple of hours, and then I go off and go on with the rest of my life. And the new Xbox Live experience is looking fairly compelling from where I'm sitting, and not just because of the avatar thing, but because the blade system is a pain in the ass to navigate around, and the Xbox market as it stands at the moment is a bit crap to navigate. It's not awful, it's not as bad as the PS3, but it's a bit crap. But the way they've got it sorted out now, with this dynamic content, with the new Xbox Live experience replacing the old blade system, looks really good. So I'm excited to see about that. So hey, if you're still watching or haven't run off to the comment section already to start a flame war, now's your chance. Catch you next time, and to every gamer who's watched this, Stand as one nation. Say no to the console wars.